I've been obsessed with Harley Quinn and Joker's love story since like 2016. Yes, I know. Their relationship is toxic and it is crazy. I don't care. I don't care. I can't help it. I have just been obsessed with it. I love it. So when I found out that Morgan Bridges wrote a book that has those vibes, it's very kind of like almost like a retelling of it. Like, I'm gonna admit it, I totally jumped in and was like, yes, I am here for this. And we all know that I love audiobooks, so when I got a chance to get my hands on the audiobook, I jumped and took it. I did give this one 5 stars and 3 on the spice meter, and it definitely does have the Joker and Harley Quinn vibes, almost with like a touch of Criminal Minds. I don't know if you guys ever watched Criminal Minds or not when it was really popular, but like, you know how they're like always trying to figure out the serial killer's minds and like what makes them ticks and trying to find them and stuff. This one definitely has kind of like a touch of that as well. In this one, Geneva is our doctor and Ghost is our criminal. And obviously, you know, things are going to happen between them. And that is where you get your Joker and your Harley Quinn vibes, is between those two characters. If you've read a Morgan Bridges book before, or if you have not, I'm going to tell you, she writes her stalkers to perfection. And I'm going to tell you there is a little bit of a stalker going on in this one, but it is so awesome how it's put out there, because obviously there's some really fun stuff in there. I mean, you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, how is he gonna stalk her when he is an inmate? You're just gonna have to read it to find out, because no spoilers here. When we talk about the stalker and the Joker and the Harley Quinn vibes, that is where it gets to the part that made me completely devour this book. Like, he's so obsessed with her, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And you know, her being coming in it from like professional, she goes in it very professionally, and like she's like, no, like obviously there's some attraction there, and she's like, no, I'm a professional. And that is where you get that completely, oh my gosh, that vibe. And obviously, like I told you, I'm not going to give away spoilers, but oh my gosh, it's so good. Like, because he's just like so into it. And I mean, obviously, you're going to get the pressure putting on there, and he's going to push her buttons, and there's going to be things, like I said, that is where you get the complete, just, oh my God. And like I said, I have been obsessed with that love story since 2016. So to get a book that completely captured it was just, oh, it was just like my dream come true in a book. I'm not even gonna lie. She wrote my dream come true in a book. This is going to be one of my top 3 reads of this year. Also, where I listen to it in the audiobook, it is done in duet style. So you know that I am a sucker for duets. If I could have every audiobook done as a duet, I know not everybody's budget can do that, but I wish they all were done that way, because they're just so much better. And this one is great. I love the way the narrators did it. Part of the reason I love it when it's done in duet style is because you would have the male narrators not trying to do a female voice, and you have the female narrators not trying to do the male characters' voices. And that means they get to just completely, to me, I feel like they dive into their characters much better. And in this one, they did. They really captured it. Like, the male narrator in this one, he really did so well on Ghost's voice, and he just kind of got that raspy, it's almost like a whisper, but a rasp. But yeah, it's also smooth at the same time. Like, I was sitting there, like, the whole time I was listening, I'm like, how is he even accomplishing this? But he did it. And obviously, they changed their voice for each character that they come across. And then I liked the female narrator as well, because she really captured like the inner struggles. You can tell that this female main character has, Geneva, but Geneva also is not going to be like your lie down, sensitive, I'm just going to take what everybody throws at me. That is not necessarily who she is either. She is feisty. That is just something I love. I know everybody is a sucker for those female damsels in distress. I like those occasionally, but for me, I would prefer a feisty female main character like Geneva. And she was perfect. She was perfect. I felt like the narrators did perfect. I felt like they put a lot of effort into the characters, and I felt like you just get lost into the story. Like, to me, I just was completely lost and consumed. It's so angsty. It was so emotional, and it does end a little bit on a cliffhanger, and I'm going to tell you that. It did end on a little bit of a cliffhanger, and I admit when I put the book down, I was like, oh my God, no, I have to wait now for the next book. So if you were somebody who does struggle with books being left on a cliffhanger, I do want to warn you that this one does end on a cliffhanger. Now, did that take away from the book being absolutely amazing? Absolutely not. I obviously would highly recommend this book. I do want to say, it being a dark romance, make sure you check your trigger warnings. I always say this is not the darkest romance, but it is dark, so just check your trigger warnings. Better safe than sorry, just check your trigger warnings. The book is spicy, but it's not overly spicy. I think the majority of it, if I had to describe it, is more so a spicy tension with like a teasing like spice in it. Like, he's kind of teases her a lot, and like I don't know how else to do it without giving a lot of the book away. He teases her and antagonizes her, so obviously he's going to have a little bit of that filthy mouth that all of us love. So if I could scream about this one from the rooftops, like I said, I am a Morgan Bridges fan anyways, and this one just, it was it for me. It hit the spot. It was perfect. I sat there after I read it and I was like, oh my God, this was so good. And I was like, why did this, like, this is perfect. This woman just did perfection, and oh my God. And I was in love with it. So I love this book, and I think you just might too.